NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got you. Watch the ship. Hey.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen.
Throwing is long. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and long, it's locked. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Escaping the pressure right. Holmes has got it complete. Give him 9 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Say it. Put it to Jet. Cover. Put it to Jet. Cover. Back. Let it go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 16.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, here we go. Showing it. Show it. Switch it.
Jackson now. They'll roll him out right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Luck, screen pass to Lindsey. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flush to his right. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
It's Hill, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The tight end Kelce was the intended target. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
After the interception, it's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Safarian Jenkins has it, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. This time they stay on the ground. And an alley to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. They complete it to Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Go!
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Being chased out left. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
And can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards? They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. In that case, they'd rather have the quarterback try and run it himself. Just take care of the ball. If nothing else, just slide and get down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chiefs' 49-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go.
Now it's Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Philip Lindsay. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos 14, Chiefs nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here we go with Williams. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
A big loss on the play. Brings up second down. That's the end.
We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Jackson. Gets this one to Hill. A first down there on a pickup at 25. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Sets up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's go, team!
From the gun, here's Locke. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check it back.
Jackson. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
Ready? Hey, hold on. Check. I'm coming for you.
Throwing now is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce.
That?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one.
First down, Denver.
Mike, check out. 1, 2, 3. You.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Denver, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll